kids, Mr. and Fly here, hope you're well. Weather outside is absolutely appalling. It's been nothing, it seems, but rain for the last 2 weeks solid. Certainly not weather to go out and run my nice new shiny Ducati in on. So the old mind has been turned to what can I do to improve the bike in terms of enhancements. One of the popular things to do with bikes like this is to add some carbon bits and pieces. You need to do it quite subtly because you know there's a fine line between having some tasteful pieces and overdoing it with the bling. But there are quite a bit of plastic panelling and so on the Panigale, some of which can be easily replaced with some carbon bits and bobs. So I've gone out and bought myself a few pieces to add to the bike, hopefully to enhance it rather than to make it look too blingy. So the first thing I've gone for is the hugger. If you take a look at the hugger that comes originally, then you can see it's quite a nice looking, quite a nice shape hugger, but it is plastic underneath the plastic exhaust shield. So I think that would be a great thing to replace with a carbon version. So I've got myself one of those. This is from my favourite online shopping place. This is the carbon hugger. It's made to exactly the same standards as the Ducati Performance hugger, but it's about half the price. It's not cheap by any means. It was still about £100, but the weave is very nicely done. It's a nicely made piece of kit. Underneath it even looks well made. So that's the first piece to go on. So that's the hugger. The next piece I've got is just to replace these heel guards. Now I did something similar on the Street Triple a while back, and I think they really did enhance the look of the bike. So I've got these here. These are the carbon pieces left and right to replace the heel guards. So hopefully that should look good. And then last but not least, for the other side of the bike, the shock absorber spring has a guard on it to protect the rider's leg from it obviously compressing. So I've gone for one of those as well in carbon, and that looks like this. And hopefully that should be a nice enhancement on the other side. So stick around, stay tuned. We'll pop these on and see what it looks like afterwards. Okay, so let's start with the easy bit. The heel plates just sits on there. Just two Allen bolts to undo. So just a little, I think it's a 4mm Allen bolt to undo. Got to be a little bit careful here because, of course, one of these actually holds on to the brake master cylinder as well. So just need to make sure we don't dislodge that at all. Two of those, off it comes, and on goes the carbon one. Two. Okay, and I think for these particular ones, because it's part of the because the braking master cylinder is held on, it's a bit of vibration down there. I'll put a little bit of thread lock on these before we go on, just to make sure everything stays put. Before that, I'll give it a little wipe. There's a bit of grime on there. We may as well remove while we've got it off. Once again, my OCD shines through. Sorry about that. Right, that's better. Okay, a little bit of thread lock. And I can see from the white residue on this thread that there was thread lock on here originally, so it's just good practice to get a little bit on there. Two. Nice and firm, should do the job. Okay, for the other side. Okay, basically the same procedure here then. Just crack this off. Okay, looking good. Okay, for the shock absorber cover, same procedure pretty much. There we go, that looks great. Okay, and last but not least, the hugger. Okay, so this looks like it's just 4 of those little Allen bolts, plus their washers. Okay, one. Actually, these don't have washers. They look like they did, but they don't. Okay, and it's just clipped there on the brake line at the back. Make sure we clip this back in. Right, there we have it. So there we have it, folks. First bit of bling on the new Panigale. Quite a tasty looking rear hugger, the shock cover and the heel guards. And I think that's probably it for now. I may well go for the exhaust cover as well, just to mash it up in the fullness of time, but those are quite expensive. Okay, so that's it for now. Look forward to speaking to you next time. Until then, this has been the Mr. Flyer. Cheerio.